not to be confused with Marion County, Indiana. Marion is a city in Grant County, Indiana, United States. The population was 29,948 as of the 2010 census. The city is the county seat of Grant County. It is named for Francis Marion, a Brigadier General from South Carolina in the American Revolutionary War. The city is the home of Indiana Wesleyan University, the largest evangelical Christian university in the Midwest and largest private university in Indiana if including online and regional campuses in Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, and Illinois. The traditional campus enrolls approximately 2,800 students. Since 2003, former Olympic skater Wayne Seybold has been Marion's mayor. Marion is also noted for being the birthplace of legendary actor James Dean, and famed cartoonist Jim Davis, though James Dean and Jim Davis were raised in nearby Fairmount. It was also the location of the wedding of actress Julia Roberts and singer Lyle Lovett in 1993. The city is also the site of the infamous lynching of Thomas Shipe and Abram Smith. Geography: Marion is located at 40°32 euro squared 57 euro cubed n 85° 39 euro squared 53 euro cubed w, along the Mississippi River. According to the 2010 census, Marion has a total area of 15.794 square miles, of which 15.71 square miles is land and 0.084 square miles is water. Demographics: 2010 census as of the census of 2010, there were 29,948 people, 11,828 households, and 6,739 families residing in the city. The population density was 1,906.3 inhabitants per square mile. There were 13,715 housing units at an average density of 873.0 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 78.1% white, 14.7% African American, 0.4% Native American, 0.7% Asian, 2.4% from other races, and 3.6% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 5.5% of the population. There were 11,828 households, of which 27.9% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 35.2% were married couples living together, 17.0% had a female householder with no husband present, 4.8% had a male householder with no wife present, and 43.0% were non-families. 36.7% of all households were made up of individuals and 14.7% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.25 and the average family size was 2.91. The median age in the city was 36.2 years. 21.1% of residents were under the age of 18. 16.3% were between the ages of 18 and 24. 22.1% were from 25 to 44. 24.5% were from 45 to 64. And 16% were 65 years of age or older. The gender makeup of the city was 47.0% male and 53.0% female. 2000 census as of the census of 2000, there are 31,320 people. The population density is 2,355.5 people per square mile. There are 13,820 housing units at an average density of 1,039.4 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city is 79.64% white, 15.57% African American, 0.47% Native American, 0.68% Asian, 0.02% Pacific Islander, 1.43% from other races, and 2.18% from two or more races. 3.60% of the population are Hispanic or Latino of any race. There are 12,462 households, out of which 27.3% have children under the age of 18 living with them, 42.1% are married couples living together, 14.7% have a female householder with no husband present, and 38.8% are non-families. 33.8% of all households are made up of individuals and 14.2% have someone living alone who is 65 years of age or older. The average household size is 2.30 and the average family size is 2.91. In the city the population is spread out with 23.3% under the age of 18, 12.5% from 18 to 24, 26.0% from 25 to 44, 21.3% from 45 to 64 and 17.0% who are 65 years of age or older. The median age is 36 years. For every 100 females there are 88.6 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there are 84.1 males. The median income for a household in the city is $30,440, and the median income for a family is $37,717. Males have a median income of $30,258 versus $23,467 for females. The per capita income for the city is $16,378, 16.9% of the population and 12.6% of families are below the poverty line. Out of the total population, 23.8% of those under the age of 18 and 11.3% of those 65 and older are living below the poverty line. History: the Battle of the Mississippi was fought in December 1812, just north of the current city of Marion, as an expeditionary force sent by William Henry Harrison against the Miami villages. Today, the battle is reenacted every fall by residents of Grant County and many reenactors and enthusiasts from throughout the United States and Canada during the annual Mississippi 1812 Festival, the largest War of 1812 reenactment in the United States. Founding when Martin Boots and David Branson each donated 30 acres of land in 1831 for the site of Marion, they chose a location on the left bank of the swift, scenic river which the Miami Indians had named Mississippi, meaning laughing waters. So rapid had been the tide of settlement that it followed by only 19 years the Battle of Mississippi, 7 miles downstream, where U.S. troops and Indians had fought a bloody, pre-dawn encounter in 1812. With the formation of Grant County in 1831, Marion was established as the county seat and its future was assured. The river provided water supply, power, and drainage and it bequeathed a natural beauty as it flowed at the base of hills that marched away on either side. Along with at least 36 other communities in the U.S., Marion was named for the Revolutionary War General Francis Marion, the Swamp Fox of South Carolina. Gas boom and growth Marion grew slowly for more than 50 years as an agricultural trading center supported by a sprinkling of small farm and forest-related industries. Indians were a common sight as they wandered in from Indiana's last reservation, with its Indian school, Baptist church and cemetery, 8 miles away. In the 1880s, fields of natural gas were discovered across much of east-central Indiana, and Grant County began to grow at a dizzying pace. Gas City and Matthews were carved out of raw farmland and launched as speculative boom towns, each absorbing existing tiny villages. They attracted several thousand residents before the gas failed and most industries left. As late as the 1940s, Matthews resembled a western ghost town, before it attracted 11 glass factories and seduced the professional baseball team away from Indianapolis. Grant County's only covered bridge remains there as a link to the past. However, the gas boom left its legacy. A few industries remained, particularly glass manufacturers. National Home for Disabled Volunteer Soldiers on July 23, 1888, with increasing membership amongst the 6 National Homes for Disabled Volunteer Soldiers. National Home for Disabled Volunteer Soldiers, Congress established the 7th of 10 national homes in Grant County, Indiana to be known as the Marion Branch. Congress allotted an appropriation of $200,000, while Grant County residents provided a natural gas supply for the heating and lighting of this new facility. Marion was selected as a site for the new branch due to the availability of natural gas and the political activities of Colonel George W. Steele, Sr., the 11th congressional representative from 1880 to 1890. The Marion Branch Historic District is located at the intersection of 38th Street and Lincoln Boulevard, approximately 2.5 miles southeast of the city center of Marion. The boundaries are 38th Street on the north, the railroad right-of-way on the east, the Mississippi River on the southeast, Chambers Park on the south and southeast, and Lincoln Boulevard to the west. The 212-acre site is roughly square in form with diagonal boundary lines on the southeast and the southwest eliminating those corners of the square. Originally, farming operations on the home grounds included the area that is now Chambers Park. In 1981, a determination of eligibility for the National Register of Historic Places for federal properties was made under Criteria A and C. As a result, since 1981, various projects have been reviewed by the Indiana State Preservation Office for compliance under Section 106 of the National Historic Preservation Act of 1966, as amended. In 1992, the historic district was surveyed by the Indiana Department of Natural Resources as a component of the Grant County Inventory of Historic Sites and Structures. This facility is now a part of VA Northern Indiana Healthcare System, a dual-campus facility associated with the former VA Medical Center Fort Wayne. Unfortunately, the original treatment hospital built in 1889, the greenhouse and cadet quarters are scheduled for demolition. There has been a lack of public interest in restoring these buildings to their original splendor, and as they are currently a hazard for veterans, the department has no choice but to destroy these buildings. 1930 lynching equals. A lynching occurred in Marion on August 7, 1930. A large mob estimated at 2,000 gathered at the county jail where 3 young black men were held on charges of killing a white man and raping his girlfriend. Before they could be tried, the 3, Thomas Shipe, Abram Smith, and James Cameron, were dragged from the jail and severely beaten. Shipe and Smith were hanged, but Cameron was released when an unidentified man claimed that he had nothing to do with the crimes. In 1931 he was convicted as an accessory to murder and served 4 years before being paroled. James Cameron went on to serve as the Indiana State Director of Civil Liberties from 1942 to 1950 and founded 3 local chapters of the NAACP. He served as the first president of the Madison County, Indiana chapter. In 1988 he founded America Unregistered Trademark Black Holocaust Museum in Milwaukee to preserve the history of African Americans who had faced the terror and violence of lynching. In 1993, James Cameron received an official apology and a full pardon from the state of Indiana. Cameron later said, "Since the state of Indiana forgave me, I forgive the state of Indiana." In 2005, the U.S. Senate also officially apologized to Cameron and others. The event in Marion was notable as the last confirmed lynching of blacks in the northern United States. Mid-20th century industrial development Marion's prosperity plateaued between the end of the gas boom, just prior to World War I, when the gas boom ended, and 1955, when General Motors located a stamping and tool plant there. A new era launched overnight, raising the sights of local residents who migrated to the city in unprecedented numbers with thoughts of a vastly expanded community potential. Except for bedroom communities near metropolitan centers, Marion's growth during the 1950s exceeded all but one Indiana city with populations of 10,000 to 100,000. Marion today, one of Marion's more notable architectural landmarks is the extensive Marion High School campus, which includes an impressive 1,468-seat community auditorium. This is where the Marion Philharmonic Orchestra, the Marion Civic Theater, and the Mississippi Valley Community Band provide musical and dramatic entertainment for Marion's numerous arts patrons. The 7-time state basketball champions, Marion Giants, play in the 7,500-seat Bill Green Athletic Arena. The city operates a 2.75-mile river walk from downtown to Matter Park, and there is a newly renovated $9 million YMCA Memorial Coliseum to honor war veterans. This was the previous home of the Giants, which was built after their first state basketball title in 1926. A publicly owned mansion, the Hostess House, is used for social functions, and Marion General Hospital has been nationally accredited for approximately a half-century. Marion General was recently named a magnet hospital. Fewer than 5% of all hospitals earn this honor. Indiana Wesleyan University equals. With more than 15,000 students, Indiana Wesleyan University is the fastest-growing university in Indiana and currently the largest private university in the state. The university's main campus in Marion is home to more than 3,200 undergraduates and nearly 1,000 postgraduates. IW has one of the largest adult education programs in the Midwest, and dozens of adult learning campuses are located throughout Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky. Indiana Wesleyan University's 345-acre Marion campus has won numerous architectural awards, and the university has spent nearly $250 million in the past 20 years on campus facilities. The university's award-winning, 1,200-seat, Phillips Performing Arts Center is used for numerous community events throughout the year, such as Marion Philharmonic Orchestra concerts and the Grant County Spelling Bee. Indiana Wesleyan's $22 million chapel, which opened in January 2010, seats 3,800 and is one of the largest auditoriums in the Midwest. As one of the largest facilities of its kind in the nation, it was designed to attract major events to Marion, such as famous musical artists, renowned speakers, and national conventions. A few months after opening, the IW Chapel was the site of a concert by the internationally recognized band, Switchfoot. The university is currently the largest single employer in the city of Marion and contributes over $1 million annually towards the local economy. Marion's manufacturing sector produces automotive components, paper products, foundry products, machinery, wire, and cable. The paper plate industry was born in Marion. In its infancy, 5 of the nation's 9 plants were located in the city. The area surrounding Marion is part of the Corn Belt. As such, agriculture remains a significant component of the region's economy. Corn, soybean, and hog production are supplemented by specialty crops such as tomatoes. Thompson S.A.'s Marion facility was shuttered in 2004, leaving the city in an economic slump. On June 13, 2007, the Thompson building's northern portion was destroyed by a fire. Other Marion plant closures in the past few decades include those of Paul Foster, SCM Paper Company, and the Malleable Iron Works. The city has made inroads in attracting new businesses in the mid to late 2000s, however. Marion has been the only Midwest community selected as one of the top 100 micro-enterprises for economic development by Site Selection magazine for the years 2007 and 2008. Ender Plastics LLC selection of Marion in 2008 was one of the top 5 manufacturing projects in Indiana and received the coveted Silver Shovel Award from Area Development magazine. By spring 2011, Ender has ceased production. In the last 10 years over $1,113,000 has been invested by private sector employers in Marion. Christmas City USA Christmas City USA is a local non-profit organization promoting the Christmas season in Marion and Grant County. They proudly organize and sponsor the annual Christmas parade each year the Saturday before Thanksgiving to kick off the holiday season. It all began in 1965 when the organization had a vision to expand the holiday season beyond the traditional cards and private parties. Directors wanted to foster human relations among residents of all ages and public relations toward non-residents. In 1970, Christmas City and the Chamber of Commerce joined forces to promote a new look for the city. Postcards, bumper stickers, billboards were designed to establish the city as Christmas City USA. The name was even trademarked to preserve the city's identity. In 1991, Ron Mowry, Mark Lewin, and a group of interested citizens decided to make Marion live up to its name. By combining the Mississippi River Walk the 2.25-mile walkway which is used year-round for jogging, walking and Maria and holiday lights and lighted displays, the Christmas City Walkway of Lights was established in 1992. The first year, the walkway was home to nearly 56,000 lights and lighted displays. The walkway has grown to include more than 2 million lights and is nearly 4 miles long. Transportation. The Marion Municipal Airport is located 3 nautical miles southwest of Marion's Central Business District. Notable people: Jolly Blackburn, cartoonist, writer, creator of Knights of the Dinner Table; Case Broderick, politician; Chad Curtis, former professional baseball player; Jim Davis, creator of Garfield, the lasagna-loving comic strip cat; Willis Van Deventer, former Supreme Court Justice; Jim Gallagher, Jr., professional golfer, golf analyst for USA Network; Jeff King, former professional baseball player, MLB Pittsburgh Pirates and Kansas City Royals; Kennesaw Mountain Landis, first commissioner of baseball, practiced law in Marion; Mike Melville, the first commercial astronaut; Stretch Murphy, Hall of Fame basketball player; William N. Otis, Associated Press correspondent detained 1951 to 1953 by the Communist government of Czechoslovakia; Joseph Price, professional basketball player, NBA Washington Bullets; current NCAA head basketball coach at Grambling State University, Cole Porter, songwriter, raised in nearby Peru, Indiana; Zach Randolph, professional basketball player, NBA Memphis Grizzlies; Wayne Seybold, Marion mayor and former pair skater representing the United States at the 1988 Winter Olympics; Kayla Blood Smith, Secretary of the Interior under President Abraham Lincoln and served as a prosecuting attorney in Marion; George Washington Steele, Indiana congressman and first governor of the Oklahoma Territory; Bill Hurd, designer of home computer systems for Commodore business machines in the 1980s; James Dean, actor, Supernatural, rapper, Monte Towe, North Carolina State Wolfpack national champions 1974, Chicago Bulls, NCAA coach. See also, National Home for Disabled Volunteer Soldiers, Marion Branch. References. External links: Grant County Government website, Marion Grant County Convention and Visitors Bureau.